Alright everyone, we're picking up with Umbra, and we're gonna load back into, the last events we saw. So it seems that Sierra got dragged to the hospital, and we're not sure about her current state. Is she gonna make it, or is she going to, have something more morbid happen to her? Well, let's hope it doesn't come to that. I avoided Mom when I got home. I'm sure she'd heard about what happened when Dad got home anyway. Why get yelled at twice when I can reduce it down to one? I threw myself onto the bed and gazed up at the ceiling. So many things I wanted to purge from my memory happened today. I reached for the walkie-talkie by my bed. Sasha, come in. There was no response. Come on, answer. I really need you right now. Whenever I closed my eyes, those memories came to the surface. They wouldn't get out of my head. Sasha, please respond. I kept trying over and over again. But there was no answer. Why wasn't she answering? Pick up, damn it! I threw the walkie-talkie against the wall in frustration. My eyes went wide and I rushed over to it. Ugh, please don't be broken. Please don't be broken. Oh, please. I picked it up and pressed all the buttons. I let out a sigh as it still worked. Sasha? I was getting worried now. She had to be home. There's no way she'd be outside in the night. Her family would never do that. Why wasn't she responding? I felt so alone. I grabbed my head and let out one loud outcry. Go away. Get out of my head. This was torture. Those memories wouldn't go away. I pressed the button on the walkie-talkie again. I needed her. I needed my angel. Sasha! I needed to see her now. I couldn't handle this alone. I needed something to make me melt away, something to make me forget, someone to take these memories away. Well, it looks like she's not going to respond, unfortunately. Where do you think you're going? My hand stopped on the doorknob. I was so close to getting out. Well, I can take one guess. He's going to go see if he can visit Sasha. Yep. I know, I've played this game before, but I still don't remember everything that happened. That's still just a guess. A rather obvious one, though, nonetheless. I'm gonna see Sasha. I'm worried about her. No, you're not. Damn it. Dad was home already. Get in here, now. Yes, sir. I stepped away. Yeah, this part here is supposed to be like a separate thing, like narrating what he's doing, but it's included in his text box, another little goof. I stepped away from the front door and went to the living room. I just want to know what the hell was going through your head. Well, it wasn't our fault, it was more Sierra's, although I guess it'd be a bit immature to blame her now when she's in the hospital. Evan, do you realize the gravity of the situation? Of course he does. He just decided to screw everything like he normally does. Dear, we keep trying to help you, but you seem completely intent on screwing yourself any way you can find. No matter what we do, you seem to keep pushing your life down the drain. Dear. This is one of the harshest dads I've seen in video games. Well, that's not true, there's been harsher, but one of the harsher I've seen in a while. This time you've gone too far. You pulled that young girl into a well. You both could have died, and would have if I hadn't heard her scream and rushed inside. I didn't need this, I didn't want this. So we should have done nothing? Just watch the store get robbed and do nothing? You know, it's kind of funny here, because the thing was, Evan didn't even want to go into the store. Like, he did know better. It was Sierra who all talked him into going in there. It's just funny because, you know, he doesn't acknowledge it here, even though he could have. I mean, I guess he didn't want to blame Sierra, but sticking up for yourself would probably be the smart thing to do here, since he's gonna blame you. Oh well. I'm sorry I'm not like you. I can't just watch this horrid events happen. Someone's life gets destroyed. I'm not a heartless bastard. I think I missed a line there, but oh well. Hopefully you guys had time to read it. Perhaps I went a little too far with my comment. Dad's fist stopped inches from my face. You are on thin ice. Dad's tone was low, threatening, deadly. Yeah, at least he's not a dad that stops you. Oh wait, yes, there was that whole waking you up by shooting at your head thing. Very, very true. Dad broke away from his gaze from me and glanced at Mom. Evan, we're happy that you feel that way. It's just, we care about you, so we get upset if things happen to you. We both love you. Isn't that right, dear? If he wants to throw his life away, I don't even care anymore. Wow. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna win the Dad of the Year award. Probably not. Mom Cute came over and hugged me. And, yeah, that's pretty much what I said. We both love you. We don't want you to get hurt. Can I go now? I had no interest anymore. My tone was cold, but I didn't care. No, you're to stay in your room for tonight. I walked away grumbling. Everyone seemed to be against me now. Well, didn't they always? They were always kind of against you, only because you're getting into trouble. I was alone. Even my angel was ignoring me. Well, she can't be at her walkie-talkie 24/7, dude. Why doesn't Mom get a Sprite? It's a very low-budget game. Obviously, it's a free visual novel, and it's kind of a long game, so I guess they didn't want to spend too much money on sprites and backgrounds. I mean, the whole darkness thing means they can kind of get away with, you know, not having to draw a whole bunch of scenes as well. I yawned as I stood next to my mom and dad, amongst the rest of the town, or nearly all of it. Mayor Aretha had called a meeting among the whole town over the emergency sirens. Act proper. Dad whispered in a harsh tone as he jabbed me with his elbow. We were still on horrid terms. I'm sure you know why we're all gathered here. It is because of the situation our town has been forced into. This is the second day of this darkness, and we have to prepare for the fact that it might not be letting us go soon. Everyone's eyes and ears were on the mayor, taking in her every word like a commandment. We have to prepare for the worst so we can make it through it, which is why I'm proposing a plan. We will require everyone's help in this. Alone we are weak and vulnerable, but together we are strong and we can overcome this. The first is an exploration team to venture the darkness and report any findings. The leader of this team will be Officer Trevor Kogan, aka our dad. Officer Kogan, please come up here. It was no surprise that Dad would be leading something like this. He hugged Mom before heading up to the podium to stand next to the mayor. The second team is an investigation team. They are going to be spending their time in the town's library, trying to find some type of clue to understand what is going on, and propose a plan to deal with it. The leader of this team will be my assistant, Pitch Cadenza. I always thought this part of the plan was a little odd. Like, you're gonna go to the library to research what, incidents of darkness just appearing randomly? I don't think you'd necessarily find that at a library, unless in the fiction setting. The final team will be the preparation team, and they'll be doing such things as gathering supplies, watching over people's health, and transplanting crops to greenhouses, where we can have artificial light on them, to keep them alive and healthy. Yeah, it's probably a good idea. If this is gonna be a long-term thing, you're gonna run out of food pretty quickly. We don't know how long this darkness will last. We need to be prepared for the long run. The preparation team will be run in joint by both Officer Kogan and my assistant, Cadenza. We don't need to panic. We need to calmly look at the situation. We can fight it. We will get through. We will prosper. Prep, it's already doomsday. It does seem like it's a bit late to be making preparations. I mean, the best you can do is hope that it lets up soon, I guess? I guess it's better than rampant looting. Now the team leaders will speak. Officer Kogan, please take the stand. If Dad was surprised by this turn, he didn't show it. He stood behind the podium and calmly and confidently gave a rousing speech, or so everyone thought, as cheering erupted after he finished. I, however, wasn't listening. My mind was thinking about other things. Sasha and her family weren't here, and neither was Sierra. They were okay, right? Thank you for your words, Officer Kogan. Now my assistant Cadenza will speak. Thank you. As you know, I'm not the emotional type, so I can't give rousing emotional speeches or responses like Mayor Aretha or my fellow team leader, Officer Kogan. However, what I can promise is results. Like Officer Kogan's team, you'll be called into joining this team as well. We will focus on results, and as much as it will feel unfair to do this, I ask that the investigative team stay in the library. Getting rid of distractions and focusing on the task at hand is key to getting results. I understand the need for you to want to be with your families, but please understand that this is for the good of everyone, including your family. They are counting on us to find a way to get through this or to get rid of it. We need to give all of the effort and brainpower in finding a way out of this. I began to tune out her speech. Speeches were something that I was never very good at listening to. Yes, especially stereotypical motivational speeches. Very true. And yeah, it's certainly a bit like Silent Hill, isn't it? And then I heard something that caught my ears right away. Mom's name had been called. Uh-oh. What do they want for her? I glanced at Mom. She'd been leaving to spend her time in the library. How long would it be until I got to see her again? She smiled and hugged me. Did she know? Was that why Dad and Mom hugged earlier? It'll be okay. You and your dad will be fine. I didn't want to let her go, but she did. And then she walked away with the rest of the investigative group. It was like she got drafted and it'd be forever until we saw her again, if at all. This all sucked. Hey, I got a push from the back. Don't be all gloomy. Let's join in on the exploration team. My dad will never let it happen. You don't know until you try. I mean, even Reed and Tone are part of it. Really? A blind girl exploring seems kind of pointless to me. I thought this is very silly as well. What is he talking about here? Like, they're gonna let the blind girl join the exploration team. Well, as much as I'm in favor of, letting people go and doing what they want despite whatever disabilities they have. I mean, and it is the fact that we're in darkness as well, which kind of evens things a bit. Still, I think you need to be on your toes for a situation like this. I don't know, maybe it's just me. I frowned. I didn't like how he put it, but it did make sense. And I'm sure your girlfriend is fine. Was I really that easy to see through? Come on. It will take your mind off of things. I really did need that. Riker and I went over to the spot where Dad was talking to all groups of people in the exploration team. Alright, here's how things are gonna work. We have our home base here. I and a few others will remain here to keep track of all the information. Each group will have a walkie-talkie. The pair to that walkie-talkie will remain here, at the home base. Use it to report in any findings or if you need anything. I don't think I've ever seen walkie-talkies used as much as in this game, at least not in a long time. Only explore for 3 hours, then come back here. We'll discuss what to do after that. Once Dad finished, he split people into groups. I hate your dad. There. Tone rubbed the back of her grumbling brother. I told you he wouldn't let us join. I'm with Reed. I hate your dad too. Guys, really? Needless to say, Dad refused to allow any of us to join any of the groups, and we were stuck sitting back at base camp. This is boring. Stop complaining or I'll sign you to something you won't like. Dad was in no mood for our bullshit. He was studying a map of the town and the surrounding area, and making marks on it. I glanced out of the window of the bakery we were in. I really wanted to go out there and explore too. Anything to get my mind off things. I wanted something to do. I wanted to be useful. The door opened and a soft chime echoed throughout the store. Oh, it's Sierra, she's back. Sierra. Whoa, what happened to your face? I got attacked. Who did it? I'll take care of them. It's okay. I wanted to say something to her, but nothing came out. I wanted to join the group and help out. What are all of you still doing here? Evan's dad wouldn't let us help, so we're stuck here. I glanced at the spot where the pairs of the remaining walkie-talkies were. Dad was so focused on the map, he wouldn't notice. I silently went over to them and checked to make sure the coast was clear before quickly swiping one. Let's go. I said to Riker while signaling to the others to follow me. We'll be outside for a moment, Dad. Just don't wander off. We won't. Yep, this is gonna be a great idea. And with that, we left the store. What's going on, Kogan? I pulled out the walkie-talkie I stole. For once, I'm not mad at you doing something against conduct. We're now one of the groups. Let's go, before my dad catches on. Yeah, this is definitely gonna be a brilliant plan.